All right, welcome everybody. It's going to be a recap here for this Wednesday, June 28, 2023. Going to make this real quick. Over one commodity and which is the indices, well, this one stock, and we'll show you our net results. Okay, so here was the ES. Once again, these were all traded first thing this morning. A lot of these were put on during the first half an hour of the broadcast, and then we continue on in our live trading room with our subscribers. This was the very first trade. It was the E-mini S&P 500. I did have an entry sell. It was what we call a pairing pattern sell. Took the short, did hit profit target, and made some money on the short. Then we came back. We had a nice little HF1 buy. Hit target about an hour and a half later or so, I guess. Hit target, took profit on that, made money on the ES. But I ended up losing. I had the exact same trade on the mini Russell, but I did end up losing on that. And I had the exact same setup with the, made money on the mini Russell, had the same setup on the mini NASDAQ, and we lost money in that. I didn't have enough on the reversal, and that's what ended up hurting me. So the net results were minus $336, so it made $963 on the E-mini S&P. Lost on the mini NASDAQ. My windows are much bigger on the mini NASDAQ, so I do go for more on that. So either I'm going to make a lot usually, or I'm going to have a pretty good loss. Today was a pretty good loss on the mini mini NASDAQ. And then, of course, the mini Russell, same thing. Had that short, made money on the short, turned around and had a nice little buy, made a little bit of money on the buy. Mini Russell was just the opposite. Lost money on the short. Made money on the short, but when it reversed, it petered out. I lost money on that. So anyhow, take a look at a stock real quick here and see how we did on our stocks. All right, so I thought I'd do something a little bit different here. I wanted to show you the watch list that I put out every morning for our subscribers. We have our morning watch list, and we also have an afternoon watch list. Afternoon watch list is really for that last hour or so of the market. It's power hour. A lot of times you'll see a lot of these stocks pick up in the afternoon. So there's definitely some opportunities there, but that scan is going to be a little bit different than what you see in the morning. Okay. Also, the process that I use for finding these stocks, I have two different scanners that I'm running. Each one has several different parameters that I'm looking at, and then I kind of cross-reference them, and I see if there's correlation between the different stocks, and then if I do, then I'll go ahead and I'll put them on my watch list. This alone is worth having because it does really narrow down a lot of those stocks that are getting ready to not only have an explosive move, but also are displaying our patterns that are beginning to set up. So we've got to have both. We've got to see the potential for some explosive moves in the stock, and then I have to have those patterns as a way of confirming it. All right, and then once that's done, enter the stock, and then Einstein gives me levels of where I'm going to get out. Okay, so anyway, first trade, BDTX carrying over. That's still a carryover from last night. Still holding that, so we'll see. Maybe I'll get out tomorrow. Didn't want to get out today. It's still good, so I'm going to hold on to that. I also mentioned DRMA. Remember I talked about when you get those several days of pullback, then usually you have an update. Today wasn't a big of a move that I expected, so I was able to get a little bit out of DRMA, but now that's 3 days pullback, so I'll be looking to get in that again tomorrow. So DRMA will once again be on my watch list tomorrow morning, so let's watch DRMA. JDST, of course, has been on my watch list for a while. Made a little bit of money in JDST. That's been my favorite if you've been following my trades. Let's see, OPK. OPK, you can see here, was also on our watch list this morning. Trade a little bit of OPK. But the big one was NERV, and a lot of people held on to this way too long. And trust me, I've done that before. But in this case, I was smart. I got out after it went up through several levels. But NERV was definitely on the watch list as well this morning. And that was my biggest trade. Trade a little bit of JOBY, XPEV, all on the watch list. And then RDFN. RDFN was not on the morning watch list, but it did come in later or early in the afternoon, setting up for a nice little trade going into power hour. So I did trade RDFN and made a nice little profit on RDFN. I think my total number of shares that I had on RDFN was somewhere around 500 shares. So made a little bit of money in RDFN in the afternoon. So many of opportunities, not only in the morning, but also in the afternoon. And this watch list does go out every morning. This is pre-market. And then this watch list usually comes out somewhere around noontime or so Eastern. And then we just wait for the setups, and then we take those trades. All right, folks. Thanks for checking in with us. And also, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that like button. Also, if you hit that notification bell, you'll be updated on all these newly released updates. I do them every evening, and to let you know how I did in the day with my subscribers. All right, that's it. Y'all have a good night. See you tomorrow.